Sorry about that technical issue there. My keybinds not working as should. Wasn't a very eventful pistol round, luckily. As Team Reborne is now going for the gold as they force up as much as they can with Quigley on that scout. Upgraded pistols for the rest of the team. Armor, a little bit of head armor on Overdose. And Laffy, Spency going to be taking some damage. Going to be killed by Dexus, but there will be a trade onto Asimov, and Godzu will fall to Quigley's scout in the end. That's actually going to be a very important first round for Team Reborn to find those frags. And here we are seeing those VAR spikes starting to come back that I mentioned there in the knife round. It is not a pretty sight to see this happening in GoTV. Fortunately, there's nothing we can do about it. Wish there was, because that looks pretty impressive, Quigley getting a kill there. Now it is just Wally versus 4. Probably not going to make much of this. Looks like there is going to be an encounter between Overdose and Wally, and Overdose will win that out in the end. Pick up an AK-47 for himself. Let's try to fix this, shall we? This is going to be quite an impressive round for Team Reborn, if this does, in fact, work in their favor. No good news for Inception Esports at this exact moment, because now it is them on the upgraded pistols versus 3 AK-47s and 2 UMPs, none of which had to be bought. Well, a couple of the UMPs, but of course those AK-47s were free of charge after getting those frags last round. Really good force buy from Team Reborn. Not quite as good of a scenario for Inception Esports. These VAR spikes are absolutely killer, but we can still get a good glimpse of what is happening in the game until this GoTV kind of sorts itself out. Tipthy starting to watch towards that Arch's side, but alas, no terrorists there until after he rotates out. Godzu going to find 2 1-digs on that before being traded out by Overdose. Lumni is going to find the kill in pit on Overdose, and now it's just the 2 Team Reborn players. Force buys, these anti-ecos, neither of these teams are pulling this off very well at all, I would say. And Dexus finding another kill on to Laffy T's. Now it is just Spency versus 4. He will find one onto Illumni, falling back through those arches. He hears one of the players in Dexus. He will find the frag, but Asimov will get the trade. Picking up a second round now for Inception Esports. Good news if you are a Team Reborn fan, however, they're still going to be able to buy out 3 umps and a scout. Even a better situation than the force buy that they won previously. Look at these buys. It's been a back and forth all just these 2 rounds after the pistol. We've seen 3 AKs and 2 UMPs both times now. Asimov already down to 16 HP from some very deadly frag grenades. Tipthy's finding an opening frag with that CZ onto Dexus. That's going to be very good for Inception. Finding 2 opening frags. Overdose starting that flank in library is going to find a frag onto Wally. It's now just a 3v3 and a 3v2 as Overdose finds a second frag onto Godzu, playing this library like a champ. He knows that there's one nearby. He can't quite tell if it's in Moto or towards Arches, so he's not going to peek out. He's not going to get too greedy. Bomb on Inception is starting to rotate towards A as the 3 CTs start to fall a little further off the site. That smoke and flash will actually give them away and call those rotates back in very shortly as Asimov goes for the plant safe. Wants to get that money. He's not in a very good situation here. Reload and that The Molotov will light Overdose down to just 21 HP, but he has done his fair share of work this round. Both remaining terrorists are in fact lit. Asimov will get one kill and actually will find a second onto Laffy. If he finds this third, he will confirm this round for his team. It won't happen as Spincy is able to find his head with the UMP. He's going to actually realize he doesn't have time to defuse this bomb. He didn't have a kit. It was just a force after all. So that was a very good play from Inceptions. It was a little bit sloppy of a retake from Team Reborn. I should correct myself. Took a little longer than it should have, considering there's only 2 terrorists alive. They are 90%. You can guarantee that they are going to be moving as a squad, considering there's just 2 of them. The second that smoke and flash were heard, those remaining 2 CTs should have been on the site instantly. There was one in arches and one in mid. That would have been a really short rotate, but it took them forever to even get onto the site. But this round back in hand, there are already 3 kills on Inception side, and the 4th as Tip Thief falls. This is not going to be the force by the save that will, in fact, give Team Reborn a round. This is Laffy Tees with the CZ only remaining on back of B site. Will fall to Asimov with the Glock in the end. 4 rounds now for Inception Esports. Good news if you are an Inception fan. They are already full bot out. Full nades. They have that AWP and head armor. It's going to be a save round from Team Reborn. Looks like they are going to be going for a nade stack on B site. I could actually see them getting a frag or 2 with this. As Dexix falls, Spency. The frag is actually going to be a team frag onto Laffy Tees, and Dexis is going to find a double spray with that AK-47. Not much is to be expected. Quigley will get a frag, but Dexis and Wally are going to completely shut them down. Just USPs, couple upgraded pistols. It's not much to work with, so not necessarily an unexpected outcome from this. I would say the only thing that happened in that round that didn't go Team Reborn's way, or according to plan, was that team nade kill, soon bouncing off of another teammate directly into Laffy Tees. Looks like the op will be not going towards Banana like his warning shots would have previously shown, but instead towards A, as Dexis actually gets the opening kill onto Overdose. The remaining terrorists will start pushing in to this A bomb site, where Quigley with the AWP will be hiding very closely. Tipthies right in pit. Not going to find a single frag though, as Godzu will finish him off. It's a 2v3 retake for these counter-terrorists. This Inception, their players are playing the smoke very aggressively, and Godzu just barely finding that frag. Alumni will find the final counter-terrorist over on the patio. Good news. Once again, if you are an Inception fan, they're 5 rounds up. They've got the economic advantage. Your opper's starting to get so much money in his pockets. Look at all of that cash. Almost 10K already so early on in this game, and it's going to be another upgraded pistol for the most part. Save for the players on Team Reborn. USP on Quigley trying to save up for those better rifles. It is actually going to be a fairly even anti-eco, as 2 frags already on the board for Team Reborn, but still, it's going to lie in the hands of Inception Esports. Nothing extraordinary there, nothing surprising from that round, considering it was just an anti-eco for Inception. But now, Team Reborn, they are desperate. They are picking up the double op, and they don't want what happened a few rounds ago to happen now. They have 4 kits. They're going to have time to defuse this bomb, whether you like it or not. Laffy Tees holding that very closely. Will actually find the frag onto Dexis. Was a flick into the air. He hits the shot perfectly. For V4, Asimov will get a trade On to Quigley. That's going to be one of the 2 ops down. Oh, an overdose. That was so smart, pushing through that smoke. Completely unexpected by Inception. Will actually get 2 frags before Asimov will shut him down indefinitely. But now it is just a 2v3. The player in pit, he will be forced out by that Molotov and flash, but he will rotate around under that balcony, find a frag before Asimov, going absolutely crazy with a 3K, is going to find the frag onto him. But with 2 counter-terrorists to stop this bomb, should be possible, especially since Spency is going to catch him out and find a free frag. Also going to find a free second op for his team. That worked very well for Team Reborn. I know most of the time in these kind of leagues, tactical timeouts are used to stop momentum, but I would say that Team Reborn needs to take one quickly, even if they keep on winning these coming rounds, to be able to kind of regroup their thoughts, because the rounds that they've been winning have been very sporadic, considering the first one was a full eco, and Quigley getting aggressive is going to get that opening kill on Illumni. This is the regrouping that is needed. The double op scenario so far is working for Reborn, especially since Laffy Tees doesn't know it, but he is about to get the pick of a lifetime, except for that flash stopping it. It's going to allow Wally out, but Spency is going to shut that right down. He's going to have to get out of his position, and it's not going to work well for him, as Dexus and Asimov are going to push right through that flash. Dexus pushing through the CT smoke, finding a frag onto Quigley. It's these aggressive plays, and when they pay off greatly, especially for Inception right now. They've turned this into a 3v2. Overdose is going to finally shut Dexus down. It's going to be a 2v2 retake. Godzu still back towards car, but Asimov is going to be watching church door. He's going to find at least 1 frag onto Overdose. Tipthy is going to get a little bit further into those ruins before Asimov finds a different angle on him and gets another 3K in a row. So incredibly impressive from them. This is going to be just upgraded pistol land for Team Reborn, except for that USP on Tipthy. And Dexus, once again, will just be walking up banana, knowing that they are on these pistols, just going to mow these counter-terrorists down. There will be 2 rounds for Team Reborn, but how many more are they actually going to be able to get this half? Overdose, he's at least going to fight behind Newbox there and find 2 frags for himself with that P250. Who says it was smurfed? And Asimov is actually going to find a hit frag onto Quigley before Tipthy is going to find the trade onto that. And Godzu, he knows exactly where Tipthy is. He knows that it's a pistol. He has to take that fight soon, and he does. Gets the frag. It is now just Overdose, who has an AK-47. But it is going to be to no avail. It's Overdose. He's just trying to save that AK. Or is he actually trying to get this round? We know that they need to pick up rounds on Team Reborn's side, but are they actually going to be able to do it? That is the question on everybody's mind. Who can say at this point in time? Overdose is actually going to find the first frag onto Godzu. It's now just up to Illumni, and he will be able to find the frag finally onto Overdose. It's going to be 9 rounds for Inception. Team Reborn, they need to start picking these rounds up. They need to start picking them up fast. These players on Team Reborn, they're going to at least try to make a buy out of this round, but with very low utility to start off with, and only 3 M4s and 2 FAMASas, it's going to be easy for Illumni to find those 2 opening frags. Wally finding one for himself as well. Dex is just pushing through the smoke. He's going to find one, but Spincy will barely get the trade, remaining with just 27 HP. If he gets this 1v4, it will be absolutely massive. He is going to get one that is going to be an AK down for him. But as these two Inception players are pushing in, they're going to have no hard time catching an off-guard Spincy in order to pick up a 10th round for Inception. This is going to be, I assume, a tactical timeout for Team Reborn. They have needed to regroup as a team. The 2 rounds they've won have been very sporadic. They need to start using their brains a little harder. They need to kick it into gear in order to be able to tell, hey, these terrorists are probably closing in on me. In that last round scenario, when it was a 1v4, 1 kill was gained, but that means the position was immediately brought out. So you need to never just assume that you are safe on any corner, on any push. In those scenarios, should always be checking that. I assume there is quite a bit of a talk here with the coach on Team Reborn. If you look at the frags from both teams, you are going to see quite an even setup across the board, but Inception getting more of those double digits in this first half, with Asimov already on 15 and 6, 44 points. That is going to be absolutely killer for him. No such luck for the players on Team Reborn. Only Overdose in the double digits. He has 12 kills to his name, but 11 deaths. The only 2 rounds he has not died. Well, he hasn't died yet this round. He hasn't died one of the 2 winning rounds. Spincy following not so closely behind with 9 frags, going all the way down to Laffy T's 3 and 10, 7 points. I guess points don't really matter that much when there are more robust systems of calculating teamwork, things like that. But look at the board here. Not only has Team Reborn lost 10 rounds at this point, they've lost them because they will pick up 1 round and then immediately lose the next one, getting full reset. That's what's happening right here. They haven't been able to get a full buy up since that first double op round where they took the W just in round 9. That double op setup worked for them then, but didn't work in the following round, and they haven't been able to buy out since because of that full reset that hit them hard. They're going to have to be able to save this round and pick up the next 2 if they want to have a good terrorist half, have a good chance of winning, not have to be fighting quite for their lives so early on in this game. Just 13 rounds in. Inception already 8 rounds up. No good news here. If you are a Team Reborn fan. Still possible, though. This is a very much needed tactical pause. Talking with the coach. Getting everything sorted out. Hopefully, we are going to see Team Reborn be reborn here on Inferno. It's going to be game day here. October 5th. ESEA main. It's 2 very... I'd say these are 2 very different teams. As you can see, Inception, they are actually, I would say, relying on getting those frags. They're making those cheeky smoke pushes. They are pushing with flashes. They aren't taking necessarily the best positions. They're not trying to flank as much. They're not really lurking all that much. They're just relying on pure aim power. So Team Reborn needs to be able to match that with great off angles where they can't just get picked off. They need to be able to play this as tactically as possible in the remaining counter-terrorist rounds. Because so far, they're not winning these gunfights. But you don't have to have that extremely raw aiming power in order to win these games. Because if you are able to pick up rounds using just your brain, you could theoretically even win in a 5v5 scenario without a single kill happening in a round. I mean, the likelihood of that is incredibly small, but it's possible is what the point of that statement is. Team Reborne need to put their heads in the game and not their eyes as much on their crosshair. They need to be able to get these kills based off of smart angles, smart flanks, and smart positioning instead of just relying on pure aim power. Looks like this is going to be a stack towards Banana, and Dexus once again is just going to walk right up, start mowing down Team Reborn players. It's two terrorists starting to walk over towards A, and Asimov, he's going to get at least one kill onto Laffy, and Dexus so good in these eco rounds. Going to be able to pick up a frag, but Quigley getting 2 kills. It's going to start to even this up. It's going to be a 2v3. Alumni trying to spray down Quigley, but he will respond to that very well. Tipthy's starting to get taken down by Dexus. Quigley is actually going to be able to find that as well. It is now just a 1v1. Quigley is on a 4K with that AK-47. He's going to have to move away from Nubox as Bomb starting to go towards that A bomb site. He's going to get an itching in his fingers soon. I was talking about smart positioning, and that is exactly what Quigley used there. He was able to hide behind Nubox, peek around, and get all 4 of those frags. Just so smartly. He got 2 frags with that P250, picked up the AK-47, and managed to find 2 more. Now, hopefully he can find this 5th for his team. It's all riding on Quigley. I wish it wasn't, but he does have a little bit of utility to work with. 42 HP, though, versus Wally, who has 100 head armor. Quigley has none. Not expected to go this far in this round, so Wally will be able to find that frag. It's not going to be the ace for Quigley today. Hopefully this round, round 14. Even if there's a full reset here, look at how deep the pockets are running on Alumni, on Godzu, on Wally. They're going to be able to drop their teammates no matter what in the coming round. So really, at this point, it's just up to Reborn to be able to keep as many of their guns alive at the end of the rounds after winning. That's what they need to rely on. And Quigley opening up very well with that op pick onto Godzu. Asimov now has picked up the AWP. It's going to be a 4v5 just seconds into the round. After a much-needed pick from Quigley, Wally trying to take control through window into those apartments. FET's on first orange is going to find that frag onto Dexus, falling between the 2 oranges. Overdose. Going to peek around, hoping to find one coming out of boiler. Might happen soon. Tipthy, he does in fact see Wally, but he shoots a little too soon. Lets his presence be known. It's going to not let him get that frag as easily as he could. He actually miscalculates where that shot came from. Oh, and Quigley just walking around happens to find Alumni, finds the kill onto him. Wally is going to actually take out Overdose, but Quigley quickly to respond to that. Now it is just Asimov versus 4. This is the round the Team Reborn have needed. Hopefully they can pick up this round and the next in order to have a chance in hell of picking up some good rounds in their T-half. If they win that pistol after winning these 2 rounds, it is going to be fairly, I'd say fairly feasible for them to actually completely turn this around and win the game, especially now that Quigley on a 4K for that round with that AWP. The beast is unleashed. 2 4Ks in a row. He's now 14 and 12. Starting to match up with those tops on Inception Esports. Hopefully he can continue it into this round. Maybe into the next pistol as well. Put some good rounds on the board for Team Reborn. Again, it was, I would say, a smart decision to pick CT side on Inferno, considering they are going to lose a lot of these rounds in a tougher matchup like this. Overdose pushing through the smoke is going to be able to find a frag for himself on Dexus. He's going to cover himself with that Molotov. Overdose getting a little cheeky here, is going to be peeking right into Godzu, who luckily for him had his Molotov out, but not luckily enough, traced him straight through the smoke. And Quigley, so great with that AWP, is going to be able to find a frag onto Asimov. And like I said, the smart positioning is starting to pay off for Team Reborn, as Laffy Tees is able to get a free kill as well. It is now just down to 2v4 once again. It looks like this is going to be a 4th round on the board for Team Reborn. That tactical timeout is exactly what they needed. Look at this trigger discipline on Spitzy. He's going to be able to find one, not quite the second, but the bomb's not going to be able to go down yet at least. Considering that terrorist is left at back of sight, and Laffy Tees is going to be able to get that spray down as well. The smart positions are actually going to start to pay off greatly for Team Reborn. Hopefully they can keep this going in their terrorist half. It's a little bit harder to find good off angles, be able to be aggressive, but also play tactically. But I can see that Team Reborn have that skill set. They needed that tactical timeout. They needed to talk with their coach a little bit in order to find the motivation to actually use that trigger discipline, but it worked out so well for them in that last round of half one. We are here now with the 16th round of this matchup. Pistol number 2. We are seeing a standard buy from the counter terrorist, but a lot of utility on those T's. It's going to start off very well as Tipsy Tees gets a kill onto Godzu with that incendiary grenade. Dexus from behind is going to find a frag onto Tipsy. Laffy going to find the trade on that, however. It's going to be a 3v4 so early in the round. Still so much utility left on Team Reborn. They are going to throw those smoke grenades, and Wally is going to find Spincy. It's going to even this up to a 3v3 overdose. He swings around. He hits the wall on his way over to Pool. Not going to go well for him. Laffy T is able to find that kill with the Glock, however. Overdose finding one as well. It's now just down to Illumdi, who is playing in the smoke over on Coffins. Quigley going to find him instantly. A 5th round on the board for Team Reborn. That is exactly what Team Reborn have needed. Not only are they hitting their shots, they're not relying on crazy shots in order to win these rounds. They are relying on perfectly adequate shots. There was a little bit of sloppy movement there from Team Reborn, but it didn't matter. Generally, movement doesn't matter as much at this level of play. Would have been perfect positioning if Overdose wouldn't have run into that wall over on the B-bomb site, but he ended up getting the kill in the end anyway. Laffy T is just pushing up Banana. He's going to find one MAC-10 kill onto Asimov. No more as Godzu falls back behind the fountain on site, looking to get at least one deagle kill here. A little bit of a preemptive rotate. This is great strategy finally coming out from Team Reborn. That rotate back could be a little too soon, though. The rotate backs to A site may be called really shortly here. Now it is going to be a dedicated fake toward the B bomb site. Overdose getting that frag is going to cause this bomb to be planted over on A. This is most definitely going to be a 6th round for Team Reborn. Wally just barely finding that kill onto Tipsy, who had no idea of his location at all. It's a 4v2. Just deagles on Wally and Godzu. That's going to be an easy 6th round for Team Reborn. This is what they needed. They can completely come back at this point. I would actually say they have shown that they are willing to put in the work to take these slow tactical plays, and that is working out very nicely for them, at least now. Look at this scoreboard starting to even up a little bit. 16 and 12 on Quigley, 15 and 14 on Overdose. Almost seeing every single player in the double digits here. Wally finding another kill onto Quigley. It's going to be a 2v3 there. But a 6th round on the board now for Team Reborn. So incredibly impressive how Team Reborn have picked this up. So far you only see 2 on the board because of the half change. But it's actually 4 in a row for Team Reborn. If they were to pick up 5 more in a row, they would completely tie this up. Looks like the T side is going to be a little bit more promising. This should theoretically be an easy 7th round. Only Godzu with any kind of weapon at all. But Dexus, he flicks around and finds Quigley instantly. That's the top frag gone. That is a huge weight off your shoulders. But he had the worst weapon of them all. Only a Mac 10 on Quigley. Not even going to be picked up by Dexus. A rotate towards the A bomb site so quickly. And it looks like it is going to be matched fairly as these terrorists start to walk right past these players on Inception. Laffy and Spency finding 2 opening frags on the A bomb site. Tipsy getting a little aggressive is going to pay off on a kill onto Dexus. Godzu will fall as well. Now it's just down to Wally once again, but this time versus 4. 2 of his teammates are lit, however. Spency and Laffy at 100. 3 AKs into Galil to have to fend off against, though. Picks up the UMP. He is going to fall back. Just going to be playing this round for exits. I would say that's a pretty good strategy if you are in Wally's shoes right now. There's no way he's going to be able to take all 4 of them here with this ump. He's going to find 1 frag onto Tipsy T's. Not quite be able to find it on Laffy as well. Spency will find that final kill with the Galil. Bomb's not going to kill any additional players at the end of the round either. But Spency not going to be able to find that AK-47 at the end of the day either. Team Reborn now on 7 rounds. They're 4 away from tying this up, 9 away from winning the game. But Inception is only 5 away. If they pick up this round, that is going to be a little bit of a challenge for Team Reborn. They do have quite a bit of money. They'd be able to pull up something for the next round or the round directly after that. It is going to be a faster play now from Team Reborn. So they are pushing directly up. Godzu finding that 1 Degon to Spency is absolutely massive for Inception. Considering it's not going to be traded back out. At least not immediately, but Quigley will eventually find that frag in Boiler. The rotates now coming in from these CTs. I have no idea what Asimov is doing, taking so long to rotate. Only rotating once the bomb is planted. Illumini will be able to find Quigley in the end. Again, and that is a huge weight off your chest, getting the top frag of the other team off the scoreboard for the round. These counter-terrorists hoping to meet up before pushing into the site. And Illumini is going to find a free frag onto Tipsy, who from Graveyard was watching the wrong location. Dropping down from the window is going to be able to find one as well. And Wally is actually going to find the final frag onto Overdose. A great retake from Inception is going to pick them up their 12th round. Like I said before, it's going to be a little tricky for Team Reborn here. They can either force up into this round. Look at the money on them. They have quite a bit of money, and it looks like they are going to be buying into this round. There can be drops on the teammates. Quite a bit of utility as well. Only 1 Mac 10, but it is a double op setup on Inception Esports. This is not going to be easy for Team Reborn, but on their terrorist side, they have picked it up tactically as well as aim-wise, I would say, but Asimov already opening up with a pick onto Laffy T's. Lumi is going to be found by Quigley very early on with that AK-47. 2 ops still in the hands of Inception players, especially down mid. Dexus can find at least Quigley down mid. It's going to be absolutely massive for them. Almost guarantee them the round. Since Quigley, already with a frag to his name, is now down at the hands of Dexus with that AWP. Like I said, it was imperative that he found that, and it is going to be found. Tipthy's and Spency finding 2 frags for themselves. It's going to be a 2v2, but Tipthy with just 15 HP. They're going to have to push into this A site fast, but not fast enough, as it looks like Godzu is going to be immediately out there, outside of library, but will be sprayed down by Tipthy, who has found 2 frags despite 15 HP to his name. Now it is completely up to Asimov, who has actually dropped his AWP, despite it being in his name, for that M4. And Team Reborn are actually going to pull this round back into their hands. 2 AK-47s saved into this round. 8 rounds now for Team Reborn. They only need 4 more rounds to tie this up. However, that's all Inception need to win this game entirely. It is going to be only upgraded pistols on Inception. Wally will have that defuse kit, considering he is the last one alive usually. It's not baiting, it's lurking. Look it up. Read the Bible of Get Right. You will learn very quickly. And Dexus is so fast on that Deagle, finds an opening kill onto Tipsy. Will be traded by Laffy. But the trade, still not a great scenario against Pistols. Spency finding a kill onto Illumi. And Asimov finding another trade, a retrade back onto Laffy T's. It is a 3v3. Asimov does have that AK-47 in hand. However, the two other players on Inception Esports do only have Deagles at this point in time. It's dangerous. They have to play this very tactically, which they have picked up greatly since those last 2 rounds in that first half. Looks like this should be a 9th round on the board for Team Reborn, but Asimov, so quick on the trigger, will find one before being traded out by Quigley. It's a 2v2, but it's 2 Deagles. But Godzu has hit a couple of, I would say, difficult shots to hit with that Deagle. Smoke thrown down CT from Newbox is going to stop Godzu from being able to hit anything too crazy for now. It's going to be a slow push through the smoke for Wally, but Spency, he knows exactly where he is going to trace his head right through that smoke. Find that kill. It's now up to Godzu, who will be sprayed down by Quigley. It's going to be a 9th round now for Team Reborn. If you would have told me this at the beginning of this half, or even just a couple rounds into the game, that it would be 12-9 on round 22. Absolutely unheard of for a comeback like this to happen on Inferno, on main. Well, not necessarily unheard of. I mean, they did choose CT's side after winning the knife. It was a very good choice, I would say, for them. Spency going to spray down Illumi, but Dexus will find the trade onto that with the CZ. 4v4, definitely doable, as Laffy T's will get a retrade onto Dexus. It's Wally peeking out from the window balcony, will be sprayed down by Overdose. These terrorists are just playing for picks, and it's working greatly in their favor, as Asimov with just the P250 is going to try to find Tipsy, but not be able to find him quite yet. Going to fall back behind Carr. It's now just up to Godzu and Asimov. This looks like a 10th round for Team Reborn. Dare I say it too early, but Overdose getting that spray into Godzu almost guarantees it. Asimov would have to get a 4K here with the P250. He gets the first down to Tipsy. That's at least something going in his favor. Picks up a MAC-10, is just going to be trying to save this, or at least be playing for picks. But Quigley has picked up the AWP, and it is going to be a beast unleashed once again from Quigley. 12 rounds for Inception, 10 for Team Reborn. Considering just 10 rounds ago, Team Reborn was at a lowly 2-8 scoreline. Not optimal, I would say. They have made it work for them. Win or lose, this is a very respectable comeback in my books. True comeback story for heroes. Hopefully it's like your basic sport movie, not quite like the great sports movies. I, of course, am talking about the famous hockey team, the Ducks. Is already going to be a 3v5, however, 2 ops on Inception. Quigley is going to quickly turn that into 1 AWP, however. Thank you, Mr. Matt, for giving me the name of the movie. It is The Mighty Ducks. Illumi finding a kill onto Overdose, but Spency finding 2 trades. They were very fast trades, as Dexus just barely got a team kill onto his teammate. Spency was getting a little aggressive there, will cost him the round. They are going to remain in the lead on Inception as they get this defuse. The tactics starting to slip up on Team Reborn. That aggressive push from Spincey was unnecessary. I would say put him in a less than optimal position to go into this next round. It is going to be a decent buy from Team Reborne. They do have the utility that they will need to take either site, as well as a MAC-10 on Tipthy. That is kind of the only big change between the two already. And Quigley, so fast on that AWP, is already going to find Godzu. Asimov finding a kill, but Tipthy pushing up Banana is going to find 2 with that MAC-10 that I already just said was less than optimal. He makes it work no matter what, though. It's going to be a 4v2, Wally and Illumini versus 4. Bomb is now down next to Coffins. These post-plant positions coming in very nicely from these terrorists. Laffy Tees and Tipthy Tees both find 1 to finish off the round. 11 now for Team Reborn. They're still just 2 rounds away from tying this up. Absolutely crazy how good this retake has been. This has been the comeback story of champions. Asimov instead opting to use the Scout. What skin is it? Pull it out. It is just the default. He is going to go for a pick, not find it. Instead, is barely going to keep his life in those flames. He's very low indeed, just from that incendiary grenade thrown at his little toesies. Full bought out Team Reborn. It's going to be a tough order for Inception, because if they lose this round, they will be losing their lead. Will be most likely tied up if they do not win this round. Still 5v5. Little too soon to be talking about that, though. Now it might not be, as Overdose finds the kill onto Wally, who has been known for finding heads with his pistols. Asimov still on that Scout, 14 HP. Starting to sense that the bomb might be A, but this patient plays from Inception. Quigley will get a kill onto Dexus, but that's not who's killing his teammates. Godzu and Illumi find a couple kills for themselves, and now it is just down to a 2v3. Man advantage to Inception, and Godzu is going to find Quigley as well. That trigger discipline on Godzu down there in pit is actually going to find him 3 frags, not a 4th, as Laffy will find the kill. He has to find 2 more, though. That aggressive play, once again, he finds Illumi, but peeks back into that CZ spray and will lose his head. It's going to be 14 rounds now for Inception. The question now, are they going to save and play for the tie, or are they going to full buy out, which is what is happening? They're still going for the W. They believe in themselves. Asimov still on a Scout, default Scout. You can't have your name as one of the most popular op skins and still be using the default Scout as your secondary. I mean, come on, man. He does find a frag with it, though. Will be sprayed down. Wally finding 1, but Spincey team killing Tipthy. Less than optimal, but it is a 2v2 scenario here. Quigley and Spincey both still alive. Both great fraggers here, but Quigley and Spincey both get lit by that frag grenade, and Godzu falling behind is going to spray into both of them. That is going to be match point for Inception Esports. Team Reborn were so close to making the comeback entirely. Match pause, tactical, I would imagine, from Team Reborn. The money situation is not looking good in this, what could very easily be the final round of the game. Team Reborn at one point were just 2 rounds away from turning this game around in their favor. On there is Asimov playing with, get this, Quigley's Asimov, not his own. Picked it up last round off of Quigley for himself. Not looking good. It's going to have to take a miracle round from Team Reborn. So far, it looks like they are going to be opting to use a little bit of utility, head armor, and upgraded pistols, CZs, Deagles. Let's see what Spincey and Tipsy's choose. Tech 9, cheeky to say the least. That's probably going to be used rushing up Banana, considering the accuracy while running with the Tech 9 now is absolutely insane. Tipsy, he's going to buy all the way up to a UMP. He had the money for it, I mean. See how this goes. They talk through how they're going to buy it for this round. If they win this round, they could still tie it very easily. Another match pause coming in. Wonder if that unpause was a little preemptive or if a technical issue has now come to hand on these players. So glad those VAR issues at the beginning of the game sorted themselves out just a couple rounds in, considering this match has turned out to be a great one for the books, especially for Team Reborne. Win or lose this round, the comeback that they have made is absolutely no short of admirable. I admire you, Team Reborne players, for picking up 9 rounds from being down. I think it was 9-2? 10-2? It was something crazy like that. I've been able to pick up 9 rounds in their favor. Only letting Inception pick up, I believe it is 4 rounds this half. Insane. Insane from Team Reborne. I believe they can win this round. All they really need is a good banana push with that Tech 9 matched with that UMP from Tipthy, who's actually pushing up very aggressively and will be sprayed down by Dexus immediately. Overdose will get the trade, picking up that M4. That's going to be good for him, but Illumi spots 2. Now a third pushing up towards the A-bomb side, but Laffy is going to pick up the AWP off Asimov. Illumi will take it back out of his hands, but it is a 3v3. A very good play from Team Reborne as Spincy gets the kill onto Illumi, picks up an upgraded rifle for himself now. This is entirely winnable for Team Reborne, especially now that Spincy, he almost wins that gun duel, but enough that his teammates can easily take out Wally, who is now just on 7 HP. Overdose playing from Graveyard. Very slowly peeks around and gets the double spray down, picking up that round for Team Reborne. A true underdog story, not quite yet like the Mighty Ducks. They have not lost this game yet. This keeps on getting better and better as the match goes along. Seeing an AK-47 now being bought for Overdose. An even better scenario for Team Reborne. Looks like they might be able to pick up their 13th round here. This could be a tie game yet. And here we go. Those grenades starting to be thrown. Will land directly on the sandbags. Do a little bit of damage on a couple of players. And Tipthy and Laffy being able to find a couple of frags. But they both will be traded out, making this a 3v3. Round 13 of the second half. That makes that round 28. I am great at math. Always found my second career choice right here in stream. They rotate towards the bomb site. It's the bomb not even necessarily chosen where to go yet. It looks like it will actually be towards A, which is very good because it is just Illumi down in pit. Oh, but this grenade, the smoke grenade, could give everything away. Overdose is going to have to find Illumi very quickly here. He out in the pit underneath a balcony. See, that rotate's already starting to come through. From behind, it looks like Dexus is going to at least startle those remaining Reborn players. Overdose. He's not looking below him, and he does just in time to find Illumi. He takes a little bit of damage, remaining with just 77. That's more than enough. This absolute comeback story for Team Reborn continues as the bomb goes down. Now it's just Dexus with a UMP and Godzu still with that CZ. They both have a frag to their name. They both need to find at least one more. One of them needs to find 2 though. But quickly an Overdose say no, no, no. Pick up their 13th round. This is going absolutely insane as we are now entering the 29th round of play between Inception Esports and Team Reborn. This was not to be expected. Not to be expected at all from what we saw. Team Reborn 11-1 rounds ago. Going to see rifles all across the board on them. And another save for Inception. They don't want this to tie up. They don't want to risk it with a sloppy, awkward bye. They're going to put it all onto the next round for them. Laffy T is going to be able to find a kill for himself, as well as Overdose and Spency. This is definitely going to be a 14th round for Inception, almost guaranteed. Wally and Godzu going to have to put in crazy amounts of work. Now it's all up to Wally, as Tipsy finds a spray down to Godzu. They've turned this around insanely. Wally will find one, but will be killed immediately by Overdose. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is round 30. From at half was 11-4. A couple rounds before that, 11-2. No way I saw this coming. No way did I think that that tactical pause the Team Reborn took when they started to play more tactfully after that. I didn't expect it to come this close. This is absolutely a comeback story for the ages. Hopefully it's not another Mighty Ducks. Hopefully this does end up being a tie for Team Reborn. This is going to be a little bit of a challenge. Wally with the AWP, but it is a glass cannon. He has no Kevlar to his name. And Overdose already finding the first frag. Starting to make this look like this could be a tie game. As Overdose does find that frag. Dex is hiding behind the smoke. It's what he needs to do. If he finds all four of these, it would be absolutely massive. He finds one, is not able to turn that into a multi-kill, though. Tipsy just trades him out very easily. It is a 3v4. This is for the game. Team Reborn is doing God's work here. 14 rounds already to their name. Illumi will peek up from Graveyard, be able to find the planting Tipsy. Overdose will find the kill onto him. Now it is all up to Asimov as Spency finds the kill onto Wally. This is going to be a tie game. 30 rounds. Oh my goodness. From 11-2 all the way up to 15-14. Looks like it's going to be 15-15 in the end. The bomb is now down. Asimov is desperate. He's throwing all of his utility. He's going to push right through that smoke. He's going to find one kill onto Overdose, but quickly is going to be able to find that kill. Oh my goodness gracious. That's a tie game. Don't stop here. It don't stop here. Oh, a comeback for the ages. 15-15 here today. Looks like we are going to be going into overtime. Insane. Absolutely insane performance from both teams, really, but Team Reborn stepping it back up, able to find this here. Absolutely insane. What an impressive turnout from Team Reborn. They pushed this into overtime 1. It's currently 15-15. Whew. We're not seeing any cheeky double op scenarios for the first round of overtime. No desperate plays coming in yet as Team Reborn absolutely turned this game back into their favor here. Let's take a quick look at these kills. Overdose, 29k. Quigley, 27. Spency on 25. Only to be matched by 26 frags on Dexus. Crazy. Crazy the comeback that happened on Team Reborn. They are starting this overtime on T side as well. It is possible that they could pick up all 3 rounds here. Smoke is now coming down. If you would have told me that we would be seeing a 31st round of play in between Inception and Team Reborn a few rounds ago, I would have thought you were crazy. Oh, that spray through the window is actually going to get Dexus down to just 37 HP. It's absolutely insane how well that worked, but Wally knows that one is going to be coming through Boiler very shortly. And that Molotov will hopefully pulled him back, but Tipsy and Overdose both finding entries for themselves. Godzu finds a trade, but will be traded back out by Tipsy. It is a 4v2 scenario. Inception not going to be able to counter that quite yet. Illumi going to be able to find the kill onto Tipsy, but will be traded out by Spincy. Looks like this is going to be the first time in this match the Team Reborn will in fact be in the lead. It only took 31 rounds, but it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen here. And look at that. Team Reborn up by 1. The end of the first half was 11-4. And now Team Reborn, 12-1 rounds after, is now looking up 1 round advantage against Inception, 16-15. Crazy. The craziest comeback of our generation. A true comeback story as Quigley and Tipsy both finding kills up mid. Wally finding a trade onto Tipsy. RIP. It is now just a 3v3, but a trade comes in on Illumi from Spincy. Took out his friend Overdose. Wally and Asimov are now the 2 remaining to stop Team Reborn. Flank coming in from Asimov could be very impressive here. As he rolls around, he is going to find 1 kill with that M4A4. Onto Quigley before falling back into the apartments. He knows that the bomb is now being planted at A. Rushing down Speedway, of course, is Wally with that AWP. This retake not going to be easy. It is a 2v2. Now it's a 1v2. A little less winnable as Laffy finds that kill on Asimov. And now it's just the AWP on Wally. Looks like it is going to be a 17th round now for Team Reborn, who have absolutely killed it in their T-halves, but didn't kill it nearly as well on their counter-terrorist side. Oh, not easy at all. Wally decides he is going to stick it. It is going to be matched by Spincy. We're looking at round 33, right down the barrel. Team Reborn win this. They will win the half. It is going to be the final round of the half, however. If they can bring this to 18-15, it would be very great if you were a Team Reborn fan, which, I don't know, I think I am at this point. Comeback story for the ages is happening right here, ladies and gentlemen. Especially since Quigley finds that pick all the way up Banana onto Dexus so easily. Wally peeking around with that AUG. Illumi looking for a kill onto Spincy. It's not going to happen. Asimov and Illumi both lit. Illumi not quite actually lit yet. He has 67 HP, but Asimov, it's looking very bad for him. If he even peeks Quigley, he is dead as could be, and that's exactly what happens. Quigley barely walks away with his life. That corner that he was hiding behind, in fact, saved him. It's a 3v5. Not looking good for Inception now. Oh my goodness gracious. The fact that Team Reborn is in the lead now. I mean, better late than never, but still. We're 33 rounds into the game. Not going to be fun. Overdose finding that kill onto Godzu. Look at Quigley there. Just 21 HP, that AWP and 2 frags to his name. Finds 2 more. That will be a 4K to guarantee an 18th round for his team. Spincy spraying through the smoke. They want to get this done, and they want to get it done now. Wally with the AUG. Trying to return that spray. Laffy, he decides he's done with it. He's pushing through the smoke, and he's finding that final kill. 18 rounds now for Team Reborn. Let's hope they're better on CT side here in overtime than they were in the first half of this game. They win this pistol, they win the game. A lot is riding on this coming pistol round. I would say a lot indeed. So far, the 3 rounds of overtime have been won by Team Reborn. We are going to be getting into this pistol round right now. Well, not a pistol round because it is overtime. Excuse me, I'm so used to these ESEA matches not actually going into overtime. Because comeback stories like what Team Reborne have done today, they don't really happen in ESEA leagues. They don't play enough. These leagues don't happen enough to actually see these matches happen in the flesh that often. But imagine playing on it. Imagine playing as Team Reborn. You are probably so confident right now. Actually could work to their disadvantage. They could be taking bad angles here. Hopefully, we're seeing the Team Reborn at the end of their CT half at the beginning of this game. Hopefully, we are going to see tactful positioning from Team Reborn. So slow from Inception. Boost is going to come in. Run boost out. Quigley, he's just so fast on the op, and Wally just watched his friend get obliterated. Oh, Quigley, what would Team Reborn do without your insane opping skills? I have no idea at this point. Overdose is going to find a frag onto Wally. Quigley will be taken down by Asimov, who finds another kill onto Overdose, but Tipsy and Laffy, they find two for themselves as well. It's now just down to Asimov versus two. This could be the round in which Team Reborn take home the W after coming back from 11-2. It's now just up to Asimov. He is going to go for the plant on the A bomb site. It is going to be a 2v1 retake. 13 HP on Asimov with that AWP. Oh my goodness, this could be it for Team Reborn. And that is exactly what needs to happen. That is going to be GG for Team Reborn. Insane! Insane! Absolutely crazy. 11-2 first half. Comes back all the way up to that 30 rounds across the board. 15-15 overtime. Win those first 4 rounds immediately. I have to go cast another game, so that's going to be me. You can find me at Micah Bain on Twitter. You can follow us on Twitch at CSGM_official, as well as Twitter. And as always, you frag, we cast. We'll see you next time.